I love her. We've never actually met, but I know that I love her. Her name is Alexis, and she is 27 years old. I love the way her skin glows in the sun, her beautiful hair and her eyes. I love her eyes. I feel like I'm staring into the eyes of a goddess. She's absolutely perfect. Sadly, we've never really talked or before, but I enjoyed watching her. My shift gets off at 3, which lets me watch her work at the old-fashioned diner till 6 o'clock. Sometimes I would go in and get close to her by sitting at the counter, but never too close. Sometimes just being in her presence was enough. I swear sometimes I could just smell her. She smelled so wonderful. I'd catch snippets on conversations about the boyfriends that dumped her. She said things like, "He tried to force himself on me," or "He just dumped me on the street when I said no." This made me angry. I knew I could treat her better. I wouldn't try to force myself on her. Of course, I didn't want that. I just wanted to hold her, to feel her warmth against my body. That's all I wanted. After work, she drove home. Once I managed to follow her without her noticing. I enjoyed watching her at her house, peeking through her windows while she slept. When she changed, I always looked away. My mommy always said a woman needed her privacy. One day I decided I wanted to take things to the next level. I wanted to get closer. Under the bed, I didn't want anything too intimate, mind you. I just wanted to be close to her. So I devised a plan. When I got off at 3, instead of watching her, I'd go to her house. I knew from watching her she had a spare key and a fake rock by the door. So while she was away at work, I would let myself in the house by taking the key and letting myself in. I would tiptoe in the house into the second floor where her bedroom was and hide under the bed. As long as she didn't check the fake rock and see the key was missing, it was good news and smooth sailing. So I waited, mulling over the plan in my head. Then I was ready. I got off work at 3 as usual and hightailed it to her house. None of her neighbors were outside, so I quickly tiptoed up to the door, grabbed the keys, and unlocked the door and walked inside. Oh, my heart was thudding. I was in the love of my life's house. I decided not to explore in fear of disturbing things and her noticing. I tiptoed upstairs and opened her bedroom door. Her walls were summer green. I noticed a nightstand with some books and a vase of flowers. The bed was large with a bed frame. Thank God. I got down on my belly and just my luck. My body could fit perfectly under the bed frame. We truly were perfect for each other. And then I waited. And waited and waited some more. I knew it would be a long time before she got home from work, but I could wait forever for my sweet. I checked my phone at 6 o'clock. She wasn't here. I decided to continue waiting until at last at 8 I heard the door slam. I heard laughing, but there were 2 laughs. My sweet's beautiful laugh and a man's laugh. I waited and then the bedroom door opened. I saw 2 sets of feet come in. One pair wore my darling, beautiful shoes, and the other wore sneakers. A boyfriend? When did this happen? I haven't heard of this new boyfriend, and she never brought a boyfriend home before. I could hear them both talking to each other. She was whispering sweet nothings to him. I could hear them flirting, and then they started kissing. No, this wasn't right. She was supposed to be mine. They flopped onto the bed, and I could hear them kissing sloppily, which filled me with more rage. Then I heard a scream, the man's scream. Then it was muffled. I heard what sounded like wet cutting and a gurgle. Shh, I heard my love's sweet voice say. It'll all be over soon. I was confused. What? I looked beside me as I heard a thump. It was the man. His throat was slit and blood poured from his chest on the ground. His eyes were blank and lifeless. To be honest, I heard my love's singy-songy voice. I'm going to have to bring my victims home from now on. This was really fun. I heard my love giggle sweetly as I saw her hands grab the man's arm and drag him out of the room. That moment I came to a horrifying realization. I was in love with a murderer, and I was under her bed.